Today, officers pull aside a couple returning from China.
The husband is a citizen, the wife is a green card holder. Okay, put the amount right here. No, you don't count. About how much? About. When I asked how much money they were traveling with, the husband and wife said $3,800. Just take a step back.
We have 8,900.
I said, how much money do both of you have? You said $3,800. They decided to change their story. You want to verify money with me? Our major concern is that they might be doing something illegal. They said they both had $3,800 together. When I opened the bag, she said that it was more.
1,000?
1,000. I'm gonna recount.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
If there's 10 grand or more, Customs and Border Protection can seize the couple's cash.
It's all hundreds.
At the Peace Arch border crossing in northern Washington state.
Have you ever crossed the border to Canada before?
This is my first shot, yeah.
Officers question an American who was just refused entry to Canada.
Ever been arrested anywhere in the world for any reason?
No.
What do you do for work?
I'm just kind of driving around, moving around the U.S., and I work on farms in exchange for room and board.
How much cash are you traveling with?
12.
Okay. Did you declare that outbound on your way out before you went to Canada?
No,
How come?
I wasn't aware.
How can we travel with such high amount of currency today?
I've been looking to buy an RV.
So what do you have in the car with you? Food, alcohol, tobacco?
Tobacco, yes.
How much tobacco?
I don't know, maybe like 10 cigars.
Okay. Do you know where they were made?
Cuba.
Where did you get Cuban cigars?
In Cuba.
Any pipes, grinders, vaporizers, anything like that?
No.
All right, if you want to have a seat for a second, we're going to take a quick look at the car, and then we'll get you out of here, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yep. So this individual was refused entry to Canada. It appears that he lives out of his car, so generally that's an issue for Canada. They think he's going to immigrate, same as we do.
What is that, man?
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. It smells like it's a marijuana pipe.
At Chicago's O'Hare International Airport.
All right, these are all your bags, right?
Yes, sir. You guys picked them yourself?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, put your bags up on the belt here.
Officers question a Mexican traveler with a suspicious travel itinerary.
His tickets were to Chicago, and he had a bus ticket to Alabama. Why do you come to the U.S.?
The U.S. is a holiday.
For how long?
3 days, maybe 4.
So why do you come to Chicago if you're going down to Alabama?
Because no flight direct.
Okay, but then I'm trying to understand, no direct flight, but yet you fly to Chicago and then get on a bus? That's not direct either. He said it was cheaper to fly to Chicago and take a 12-hour bus ride down to Alabama. This doesn't make sense.
A Customs and Border Protection translator joins the examination.
Where's your return ticket?
Los boletos de regreso, ¿dónde están? Voy a reservar. He's telling me that he's going to buy his ticket, stand by it.
He's got nothing to prove to us that he's leaving in 3 days besides his words. This does not make sense. What do you do for work, sir?
Hago sistemas de información. Okay, he's telling me he does IT.
He says he was here to meet a friend that he met on the internet that works in the IT field. Go ahead and pack all your stuff up. So now I need to have a little bit more information. I want to bring him up and have our passport secondary officers see if they can find out what his real intent is on this trip.
"500 kilometers east at the Blue Water Bridge crossing.
Where are you going today?
We're heading to Marshall, Michigan.
Customs and Border Protection examines a traveler with ties to both sides of the border.
What country are you actually a citizen of here? I got a Canadian passport.
I'm a citizen of the U.S.
And so you're...
I'm dual.
Okay, so you're a U.S. citizen living in Canada. How long have you lived in...
I'm a Canadian citizen.
Okay. Well, you're also a U.S. citizen. Okay. Living in Canada.
Yes.
Okay.
Since 2008.
And why did you move to Canada in 2008?
Change of life.
What kind of change are you looking for?
Well, I had an ex in New Hampshire.
Okay.
and I wanted to get away from it all, so I went to Canada.
Have you ever had any issues with the law at all? Any run-ins with the government or local law enforcement, sheriffs, anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
So not that you're aware of, all right. Do you have a failure to appear at family court somewhere in New York?
Oh, God.
The name matched a name on an outstanding warrant out of New York. If you show up in New York and try to cross that border, they're gonna cuff you up, all right?
Okay.
Officers contact the New York State authorities.
Trying to find out if it was an extraditable warrant.
If it is, the traveler will be taken into custody and transported into a New York State holding cell.
Non-extraditable. Non-extraditable? All right. As it turns out, the warrant was only out of New York State. Come on up, sir. We're not going to extradite from here. New York's not willing to do that, but you need to take care of that before you decide you want to travel back over that way.
Okay.
Because he's a United States citizen, he's admissible regardless.
Years ago, I was supposed to go to a court in New York State for a hearing.
Your passports and your driver's license.
Thank you very much. I was told basically that if you don't show, the judge has the option of issuing a failure to appear. And I never heard anything, and it's been 3 or 4 years.
Where's your return ticket?
In Chicago,
This does not make sense.
Customs and Border Protection wants to know more about this Mexican's travel plans.
His tickets were to Chicago, and he had a bus ticket to Alabama. Why do you come to the U.S.? He says he was here to meet a friend that he met on the internet. Go ahead and pack all your stuff up. So now I want to bring him up and have our passport secondary officers see if they could find out what his real intent is on this trip.
What brings you to the United States today? Vacation. There was just a general concern, like who was this guy, who he was coming to meet.
En Birmingham, ¿cuánto tiempo vas a estar?
3 días en el hotel.
Acá en Chicago, ¿cuánto tiempo vas a estar?
Ningún día. A las 7 de la noche sale el autobús.
A phone search reveals text messages from the online friend he's come to meet.
December 11th, this will be $1,500.
She had started transferring money to him through Western Union. This was someone that he had basically met online.
The 18th of December is gonna another $1,500. And,
It was right around $7,000. We were wondering why exactly this person would transfer money to someone that she hadn't really met.
Officers also discover the traveler's musical connection to a Mexican drug lord.
Had a video of him singing a narco ballad. The one that he had was praising Chapo Guzman. That's a real red flag.
¿También le gusta a Joaquín Guzmán?
Sí, lejos de, obviamente, hablamos de un enemigo de todo mundo.
It's this guy coming here for purposes of drug smuggling or drug running, collecting drug money.
At JFK International,
We have 8,900.
You said 3,800.
officers aren't counting on a returning couple's fluctuating currency declaration.
They decided to change their story. It's all hundreds.
If they're carrying 10,000 or more, Customs and Border Protection could seize their cash.
They're going over 10. 11,750.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
$12,800, which is over the $10,000 threshold.
If money is 2 people, it's okay, right?
No, it's not okay. I asked you how much money you had. You said you had 3,800.
Yeah, 38.
Right.
Lying to an officer is a federal offense.
Is this you?
Yeah, I 38.
I asked you how much.
Yeah, I 38. Yeah, you said me how much?
No, I asked how much both of you have.
No,
It's my leg.
No,
The husband and wife did become upset.
it's supper, you know? Supper.
In Washington State,
Any pipes, grinders, vaporizers, anything like that?
No.
Customs and Border Protection officers searched the vehicle of an American who was turned around at the Canadian border.
It appears that he lives out of his car, so generally that's an issue for Canada.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the traveler's suspected pot paraphernalia is an issue for Customs and Border Protection.
He had a pipe that had residue in it, so that was tested.
Separation. It's marijuana. We need to make sure he doesn't have any more marijuana on him, so we're gonna pat him down real quick, see if he has any in his pockets or attached to his body anywhere.
All right, turn around, stand around. Put your hands behind your back. You're not under arrest. We're putting these cuffs on for your safety and ours, okay?
At the Rainbow Bridge crossing in New York State,
Does the vehicle belong to you?
Yeah.
a Canadian father and his kids are thirsty for some American pop culture.
What's the reason for your travel today?
We're going to search out some rare Mountain Dews.
Mountain Dews?
Yeah.
Like the drink?
Yeah.
Where are you going for that?
7-Eleven, Walmart.
Why over here? What's special about it?
My son's passion.
He was coming over to buy soda for his kid. They sell different kinds of soda in the United States than they do up in Canada. Well, the reason that you're in here is because the dog hit on the back seats back there. Is there any type of narcotics in the vehicle whatsoever?
Not at all.
None at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
Maybe the scent of weed would be from... I went to a party last night.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there. There's nothing on me.
We're gonna just take a look at it. Just have a seat. The canine alerted to this area here in the back seat. We're just gonna check it out, make sure there's nothing in there. Nothing. The result of the search, it was negative. It's not exactly a crime to smoke marijuana up in Canada anymore.
Okay, thanks.
All right, take care. But now he's gonna have to explain to his kids exactly why he was sent inside.
We went to a party the other night, and I trucked a couple people home, and that's probably what the dog picked up.
We have really good dogs. They can even smell drugs from the night before.
También le gusta a Joaquín Guzmán.
In Chicago, a narco ballad on a Mexican traveler's phone hits a sour note with Customs and Border Protection.
Is this guy coming here for purposes of drug smuggling or drug running, collecting drug money?
December 11th, this is gonna be $1,500.
And there's something off-key about the woman he says he's coming to meet.
She had started transferring money to him through Western Union. This was someone that he had basically met online. That's a real red flag. So are you gonna do anything for her while you're here? Do you have any plans? So why are you telling her to wire you money after you get back home?
No, por ella me ha mandado dinero allá por la cuestión de que tiene familiares.
The traveler says he delivers the wired money to the woman's parents in Mexico.
You just said you don't know this person, and she's gonna send you $2,000 at a time for you to give to someone you've never met before.
En México, la confianza is face to face. I trust the word. It's very important in Mexico.
He claimed that this lady's parents didn't have a bank account, so that even if she had wired them money, they couldn't pick it up. Which again is strange, but we do see cases like that.
The officer calls the woman.
I was just wondering if you're expecting someone to come visit you today that's coming from a different country. Yes? Who are you expecting?
The traveler's story checks out.
We just really couldn't find anything that leapt out at us that said, he's here to stay, so we let him come to the United States.
This moment is very angry. I know that the officer is the job, but I am not narco trafficking. In this country, no trust.
I asked you how much.
Yeah, 38. Yeah, you said me how much?
No, I asked how much both of you have.
It's my leg.
No.
At JFK, a currency check is adding up to trouble for a couple returning from China.
It's supper, you know? Supper.
You're married, you're traveling together. The maximum amount you could bring in before you declare it is 10,000. You didn't declare it. You declared that you had less than 10,000.
I don't know.
But you had more than 10,000. You had 12,800.
Can I speak Chinese?
I told Chinese.
Chinese?
You don't understand?
I don't know, you know?
Okay, we're gonna translate, right? We'll have a translator explain it. Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of confusion. They thought that we were just gonna take their money without them having any say.
你现在的资料都在电脑里面，下次进来的时候就问你一样的问题，你就要照他的意思去做。
OK， 没问题 ，no problem.
It's their first offense. They were issued a warning. Next time,
OK, no problem.
they won't be so forgiving.
OK.
Next time it's seized.
Okay.
Next time you come in, if you have more than $10,000, the both of you, or whoever you're traveling with, you have to declare it.
Okay,没问题的，没问题。
Their money was returned to them. Have a nice day. I don't think they'll be doing this again.
Visitors are always encouraged to make themselves at home in the States.
Where are we going today?
As long as they can prove when they're going to leave.
We're just looking for some sort of evidence, ties, anything showing your itinerary in the United States.
At the Peace Bridge in Buffalo, New York.
Coming up.
2 Canadians are attempting to enter the States for the second time in a week.
They were sent in due to the fact that they were going to Florida for 4 to 5 months for a vacation. The other day when you guys were refused, you were asked to bring like business documents tying you to Canada. I have nothing here that's tying you guys to Canada. Well, for one, you're a PayPal business. You can do that anywhere. You guys are in government assistance in Canada. So how can you prove that you're working in Canada when you're getting government assistance?
It's a bad business. How we can prove?
So do you not report that business to Canada?
Oh.
I mean, you have $40,000 in your PayPal account, and you're getting government assistance. How's that happen? They were asked to bring 6 months proof of past employment. They brought back a PayPal statement from their eBay sales going back about 10 days, which showed $36 in sales. You came a week ago with $13,000 cash and $40,000 in account. You're claiming that you make zero to the government of Canada.
We're going to do the tax return this year, and just we'll mention it there.
Well, that's the thing. It's your word, and by the papers that you gave me, your word is garbage. I think you're being dishonest with the government of Canada. So why am I going to think you're going to be truthful with me here today? They were very document deficient today. They did not bring anything that they were supposed to. If you're going to come down here for vacationing for months at a time, you guys shouldn't be on assistance in Canada.
We're in long process of...
Well, that's the thing. Until you do that, you're not coming to the United States.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, please.
So get in your vehicle, and I'm going to walk you around. Okay? These guys today, they're getting off easily. We're just going to send them back to Canada, tell them we want the documents we asked in the first place, and then possibly they can come back in.
In Washington State,
It's marijuana.
a test confirms this American is packing a pipe full of pot residue.
Put your hands behind your back.
We're gonna pat him down real quick.
Spread your feet.
We wanted to make sure that the subject didn't have any narcotics on him or contraband. We didn't find anything at that time.
You can have a seat on the bench.
Even though marijuana is legal in the state of Washington, it is federally against the law, so here you cannot have it. I'm taking your pipe. You can't keep that. Okay, so in the future, when you come here to the United States, don't bring drug-related paraphernalia. So other than that, you're good to go.
I don't feel like I'm really doing anything wrong here, you know?
Everything's just put back in your car. We couldn't put it all back together where it belongs, so it's gonna be a mess in there, man. So.
Already was, man.
All right, man, take it easy.
You too.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're living in your car, it's hard to keep track of where everything is, so it's just a learning lesson for me, I guess.